we on? Okay. So, hello, this is my second attempt. My Wi-Fi wasn't working before. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you. I hope you're bringing your wine, because I brought mine. Tonight I'm drinking red. So I might have red teeth by the end of this video. I'm sorry about that. This is all I had in the house, so I kind of was stuck with wine. If you join in, please leave me a comment, because I can't always see who is there, unless you write a little comment. And I love interacting with you. I love reading your comments and answering questions, so come and ask some questions and chat with me and hang out with me. I still don't have a name for the Thursday night Facebook Live with wine nutrition chat. I know that there's like an awesome name out there somewhere. Like my friend Kim, she's a writer, soon to be published, I think. She was doing a little brainstorm, but I need to get together with her and get some names going, because there's got to be a good name for this. I just know it. But yeah, thanks for joining me. So cheers. Hopefully my teeth don't get too red. Tonight we are talking about breakfast. Hi! Basically chat. Oh, I like that. Basically chat. We gotta involve the wine in there. Basically chat. That's really good. Wine and chat. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. All right, so tonight we're talking about breakfast. Dari, I hope you're feeling better, by the way. I'm sorry you got sick last night. That's the worst. It's going around, though. All right, so breakfast is the topic. Doing like nutrition education, this is a big one. I get asked about this a lot. Because the mornings are hard. You know, you've got to get out of the house, you've got to get the kids ready, you've got to get to work. We don't always have time to make a big breakfast. We have time to make a big dinner. We don't really have time to make a big breakfast. So do you really need to be eating it? That's what people are always saying to me. They're like, I don't want to take, I don't have the time. I don't want to get up earlier just so that I can make a breakfast meal. Or they're like going to the drive-thru, or just not eating it altogether. So why should we be eating breakfast? Well, yeah, there's many reasons, which we'll go over. And I'm going to go over some recipes. And actually, so I have like zero time to prepare for this. Usually I sit down before the Facebook Live and I write out some bullet points so I don't just ramble, because I could ramble like all day about nutrition and it would make no sense at the end. But usually I have time to like write down some bullet points. I did not have time today. So I got home and I had like zero time to prepare. And I was like, how am I gonna get through this in like an orderly fashion that makes sense to people who are watching? And then I remembered I have guides as part of my package meal plans. If you have purchased like a package meal plan from me, then you've received one of my guides. So the basic package comes with a breakfast guide and a snack guide to help you figure out why you should be eating breakfast, and then some ideas. So this is like full of like not only reasons why, but like I've got recipes in here. I have things for like ideas for if you're on the go. I have ideas for like if you actually take the time to make breakfast. So if you're interested in like a package and you don't really know what it's all about, give me a shout out, send me a message, and we'll talk, because I'll explain to you like everything that you get with that. And I'm all about like nutrition education. I've been doing it for 5 years, so I'm like, educate the people. Education is super important, especially with nutrition. There's so much information out there, and it's really confusing. So I've got this, but anyways, that was a long story. I'm going to be using my own nutrition guide to cover this breakfast topic today. So why don't we get started? Because I've rambled long enough. Okay, so why do we need to eat breakfast? Do we really need to eat breakfast? So overnight, our bodies are in a fasting state. Of course, if we're asleep, we're not eating. So our bodies go into this fasting state, and it allows our metabolisms and our hormones to kind of like shut down and reset. So, just sleep is amazing. It does so many amazing things for our bodies. Make sure you're getting 6 to 8 hours, like bordering closer to 8 than 6. We really need it. Our bodies really need it. If you look up weight studies of people who don't sleep enough, you're likely to be overweight if you're not sleeping 6 to 8 hours a night. So anyways, I digress. Okay, so overnight, our metabolism shut down. We go into like a fasting, resting state. And in the morning, they're like brand new. Everything has reset from the day before. Mostly. But our hormones are at this like perfect state. Our metabolism is ready to like be reawakened and rebooted. And so breakfast is our opportunity to prime our metabolism and our hormones for the rest of the day. So what we consume and if we consume something at breakfast is really important. That allows our body to function properly, and to our standards, or that's not what I'm trying to say, but we can prime it to do what we want for the rest of the day, which is really awesome. That's really amazing. So especially for weight loss, breakfast is really important, and I have so many reasons why, which I will go over. But waking up and consuming something that is like priming our metabolism and our hormones is awesome. So if you wake up and you're not hungry, which I hear this all the time, well, I don't eat breakfast because I'm not hungry in the morning. I am not suggesting that you eat if you're not hungry. That's not good for your body, and it's not good for weight loss especially. But having a little bit of something, so not like a full breakfast, but a little bit of something to get your metabolism going is really important. And our bodies are really smart. If you don't eat breakfast, if you don't get hungry in the morning, it's because you don't usually eat breakfast. I get hungry in the morning because I'm used to eating breakfast. Our body knows, like it knows what's coming, and it likes having a routine and a schedule. But the issue is like the typical American skips breakfast and doesn't eat until lunch. And then at lunchtime, you're starving and you eat everything, and you feel justified for having a really heavy, like ridiculous lunch, and maybe then you have some snacks and whatnot. So making sure that you're eating breakfast, or like, having a little bit of something in the morning, priming your metabolism, telling your body that like, okay, we're awake now, it's time to get going, it's time to get moving, is really good. And over time, if you're not a breakfast eater and you don't get hungry in the morning, over time, having a little bit of something in the morning, your body will figure that out, and it will start, hi Miles, it will start getting hungry in the morning. You'll notice a difference after a little bit. So I'm getting way off track. I get so distracted. Okay. So, so there are 2 reasons why people skip breakfast. 1, because you're not hungry, and I can understand that. And 2, to save calories. So it's like skipping a meal. I'm going to save those calories. Well, studies show that those who skip breakfast don't consume any fewer calories than those who have breakfast. And those who skip breakfast have more hunger, less satiety when they do eat a meal, and more cravings throughout the rest of the day. So you're not doing yourself any favors. If you're skipping breakfast to save calories, that's a terrible reason, because it's scientifically proven not to work. So don't skip breakfast for that reason. I know, yeah, 4 miles never has me make a breakfast. I think I make you breakfast. I'm the only person who makes you breakfast. So there you go. Yeah, Daria knows. Okay. So, having breakfast means less hunger, less cravings throughout the rest of the day. That's really important. That's a big one. We're priming our metabolism. We're setting our hunger hormones for the rest of the day. So what we eat at breakfast is the second, that's kind of goes along with eating breakfast. If you're eating breakfast, but you're having like a donut or a pastry for breakfast, you're also not doing yourself any good. You might as well just skip it. That's like almost worse than not eating breakfast, having like a donut. So anyways, what is the most important thing to have at breakfast time? Does anybody know? It's protein. Protein is the most satiety creating of all the macronutrients. So if you've ever had, 100 calories of steak compared to 100 calories of donut, which one made you feel more full? The steak, obviously. But protein creates the most satiety. It affects our hunger hormones better than any of the others, and it keeps us feeling full and satisfied for the longest amount of time, other than fiber. I'll talk about that in a second. But so protein is awesome for that. Also, protein primes our hunger hormones in the morning. It tells our insulin to chill out. It tells our ghrelin and leptin. It regulates those. Ghrelin and leptin affect our hunger, how we feel hungry, and how we feel full. Yeah, I know you love donut smiles, but there's sugar. It's pure sugar. It just goes directly into your bloodstream, and you're still hungry after. And then your insulin's wacky, and you feel hungry all the time for the rest of the day. And guess what your body is doing? It's just storing. Everything you eat is just going straight into fat cells. It's really great. So yeah, don't have donuts for breakfast. This is not good. Baffles? What's a baffle? A bagel? I don't know. We'll come back to that. Okay, so protein sets those hunger hormones, and sugar puts them way out of whack. So sugar will raise our insulin, which is a hunger hormone, and bagels. Yeah, I'll get to that. So insulin is gonna go up, and then it's going to be out of whack for the rest of the day. And it's going to cause us to feel hungry more, and it's going to put us in a fat storing state as opposed to a fat burning state. So I'm going to talk a lot about weight loss. You don't have to, breakfast isn't all about weight loss, but it is really important. And I have a lot of clients who are interested in weight loss and trying to lose weight. So that is one of my focuses, definitely. But it's not all about weight loss. It's about it's about just like general health. Breakfast is really important. So when you eat a sugary breakfast, your insulin's going to be out of whack. Your ghrelin and leptin are going to be out of whack. You're going to be feeling hungry when your body isn't hungry. You're going to be you're going to have more hunger, more cravings, and less satiety for the rest of the day. So this is why it's so important to set them properly in the morning and start with protein. And the other aspect of a healthy breakfast is fiber. And that's like every nutritionist's favorite word is fiber. We love fiber. It's amazing. It comes from plants. Do I need to say more? Fiber's awesome. And so we need to include that alongside our protein. We can't just have like a steak for breakfast and call it a day. Okay. So the fiber coming from plants, which means we're going to have to include a little bit of plant food into our breakfast as well. And I'll get to that. I've got like a ton of recipes and stuff. Okay. Why is the fiber important? So fiber is bulky. it contains no calories, and it's really slow to digest. So it just kind of like takes a long time to get out of our stomach, which means we feel fuller longer. So you don't want to eat breakfast and then immediately like feel like you're ready for lunch like an hour later. So if you're, and this is probably something that if you're like a cereal eater, a donut eater, a bagel eater, that you like have that sugary carb that or white flour in the morning, and then an hour, 30 minutes later, you're like hungry again, and you're like, oh, you know, I get to eat again. No, that was just a terrible decision. Now your hormones are out of whack, and yeah, you're gonna feel hungry a lot for the rest of the day. And you're just gonna be eating an unnecessary amount when your body's in like a storing mode. So, okay, we've talked a lot about hunger and hormones. So moving on. And then our carbs. So carbs are often coming along with fiber because it's coming from plants. So, and those are fine. Carbs in the morning are fine. You know, really popular is like sweet breakfast, so fruit or something a little bit more sugary, like maybe like oatmeal or like a sweet smoothie, and that's okay. A little bit of, you know, carbs in the morning is just fine, and that really depends on your goals. And there are kind of a couple ways to go about carbs in the morning. I think I'll have to do like a Facebook Live about fasting because it's really fascinating, and there are some like really cool studies out there about fasting in the morning, or like using your overnight fast to like continue it through the day. I get way off topic, but yeah, we'll have to do a Facebook Live about fasting. It's kind of a cool topic. Okay. All right. So we're shooting for protein in the morning. What are good protein options? Ooh, you know what? I gotta mention this first. Okay. So there was a study done where they took 2 groups of women who were overweight, and they put them on calorie restricted diets. And the women got the exact same diets, all the same foods, the exact same calorie counts, but they reversed the order. So one had its biggest meal in the morning, and the other had that same biggest meal at night. So same exact food, same exact diet, but one had a big breakfast, medium lunch, small dinner, and the other had a small breakfast, medium lunch, big dinner. And they compared them at the end after a couple of months, and the group that had the bigger breakfast and smaller dinner lost way more weight. And I won't quote numbers because I can't remember specifically, but how much, there was a percentage to that of how much more weight they lost. But that's it's kind of amazing. It just speaks to like how our bodies are meant to work. We're meant to eat more in the morning and kind of like taper off at night. But the typical American is like, you know, we eat very little in the morning, or we have like a bagel or a donut, and then we have like a giant dinner and we snack late into the night. And we really, if we can, and I know it doesn't fit with our lifestyles, but if you can ever, like even just one day a week, reverse that order, it can do wonders for your metabolism, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So I did this, after I read that study, I was like very interested, and I tried not to like lose weight, just to see how I felt. And I'm a breakfast eater anyway, so I just added calories to it, just made it really big, and tried that for when it fit with like my day, and I could have a big breakfast and a small dinner. Really, if you have that giant breakfast, you're not even hungry at like lunch, much less dinner. It's like, you know, you can really skip it pretty easily. Our metabolisms just work really well with a giant breakfast and a very small dinner. So yeah, if there are ever days that you can fit that into your day, give it a try, because it's pretty awesome. Okay, protein sources in the morning. Eggs, of course. That's kind of a no-brainer. If you're vegan, my cousin Michael is vegan. I got this idea from him. He makes this like tofu scramble for like family events, and it's so good. You wouldn't know that it's not eggs. And if you put a little Cholula on it, which I love some Cholula, it's really good. It's just kind of mashed up tofu and scrambled with veggies and a little bit of Cholula on top. It's delicious. Yeah, so give that one a try if you're a vegan. I'll do it sometimes if I'm just going like meatless for a week or something, or vegan for a week. I don't know, but I've tried it. It's really yummy. Protein powders. Who does protein powders? They are like so popular right now. I'm not a huge fan of them. I think that if you're doing a protein powder and that's allowing you to have breakfast, then stick with it because you're having something. Bacon's okay. We'll talk about bacon. I'm gonna get to bacon. Bacon's all right. But protein powders, so they're just, I don't know, they're okay. They're really overly processed, and we have like these weird ingredients and a whole bunch of strange sweeteners, and I'm just not a huge fan. But if you are having a protein powder for breakfast and that's working for you, just go ahead and keep doing it. I'd rather have like some protein in the morning and set your hormones for the rest of the day than like skip altogether. The protein powder I like best is collagen. If anyone has tried collagen, let me know. But collagen is awesome. So collagen is the natural connective tissue that our bodies already contain. So it's in our skin and our joints. And it's, I started taking it because I have like joint pain in my feet. And it really helps with the pain. I can tell when I haven't had collagen in a couple days because my feet will hurt really bad. But it's awesome for joints. And I actually, one option for breakfast would be my little basically butters that I came up with. So they're coconut oils that have beneficial ingredients added. So I have turmeric, which is awesome for scrambling your eggs in. So it's just coconut oil, turmeric, black pepper, which helps you absorb the turmeric. And it has collagen in it and adaptogens. And adaptogens are like awesome for our hormones. I can do a whole Facebook Live on adaptogens, but adaptogens are really good. And then this one is like a matcha tea flavor, so you can just mix it with hot water and like make it into a tea. But anyways, collagen is awesome. It has no flavor, so you don't have to worry. If you're doing like a fruit smoothie and you didn't want it to taste like chocolate or vanilla, just throwing some collagen in there, because that doesn't taste like anything, is the way to go. Thanks, Miles. Miles said he loves the butters. How much are they? So the smaller $8, and I have larger ones that are $15. And they'll last, especially the logo. Miles did the logo. Here, it's going to be backwards on here, but oh, you can't see that at all. Oh, no, can't see it. Here it is. Yeah, Miles did it. It looks so good. Yeah, but yeah, so the smaller 8, but they last a while. I use them to cook with. So it's coconut oil. So they're called basically butter because the coconut oil melts like butter. You can use them for cooking. I scramble my eggs in it, and then the matcha or emerald is like a tea, you melt it in hot water, and then the pumpkin spice is like good. You can put it on toast or in your oatmeal, or a lot of the people who have purchased it put it in their coffee, so it's kind of like bulletproof coffee, but it's really yummy. Anyway, so those have all these other beneficial properties to them, and I get so off topic. Collagen is awesome. It's super good for your joints and your skin. And I'm like a big skin junkie, so that's great for a protein powder in the morning. Of course, if you're looking to like taste something nice, it has no flavor to it. So, but you can add it to smoothies, that kind of thing, or cook with it if you're doing the butter. Yeah. Okay, yogurt. This is like the cow's milk thing is like a big thing now, and I know For a long time, yogurt was like a huge breakfast item, and now everyone's freaking out about dairy. If dairy bothers you, then don't use it. And otherwise, I think like if you're smart about what dairy or yogurt product you pick, then it's fine. If you're, don't do the ones that like the Yoplait and the Dannons, the regular yogurt. Those are loaded with sugar and just they don't really have anything going for them. If you're doing yogurt, you need to do a Greek yogurt that has a lot of protein in it. And I usually recommend a plain because otherwise you're getting like a ton of sugar and just stuff that you don't need. So do a plain and add your own toppings. Although I know that Greek yogurt is not the best tasting thing. It kind of has like a texture to it and it's like sour cream. So you can do a plain Greek yogurt and add your own fruit and a little bit of honey and see if you like that. Or you can do a Siggi's yogurt, which is a brand, Siggis, and it is really good. It has the protein of a Greek yogurt, but it's not Greek yogurt. It's Icelandic something, and you can look on the package when you go to buy it. But it's so yummy. And I don't like yogurt. It's just really yummy. And they have awesome flavors. They don't have too much sugar. Some of them are a little high, but you can pick and choose. You don't have to get the ones that are higher in sugar. 15 grams of protein. The coconut one is amazing, low in sugar. It's delicious. Highly recommended. So Siggi's, Siggis, that's a good option. And you can absolutely take the coconut one, add some fruit to it, add some nuts to it. That ups your fiber and protein and your healthy fats. So that's a great option. Okay, breakfast meats, talking about bacon. So the average breakfast sausage is like not so good. You're gonna get like a highly processed thing that's got a ton of preservatives in it and a ton of fat that's not so great. So once a month, that's okay. You splurge on some breakfast sausage. But as a regular item, I don't recommend it just because it's got a lot of weird preservatives and funky pieces of meat and not so great, just a ton of fat. So let's say though that you're going to like your farmer's market and there's like a local sausage maker. I would absolutely, that's way better. It's the mass produced ones on the market that need to have like a really long shelf life. So they've got tons of preservatives in there, blah, blah, blah. Those aren't as great. Bacon, that's a preserved meat. So it's going to be really high in salt, probably high in like nitrates and nitrites, all those meat preservatives. And then high in fat, animal fat. It's actually, bacon is like, it's really high in fat and not as high in protein, which is just a testament to how much fat is on it. And it tastes wonderful, I won't lie. But that's a treat, that's a splurge. I wouldn't have that every day. Although I do have some clients who are doing like a ketosis diet, which we will totally do a ketosis diet Facebook Live, and we'll go talk about that. And they do like bacon, eggs, avocado. It's like really high fat, low protein, low carb. And that works for them. So, if you're doing something like that and that's working for you and your blood work isn't out of whack, you can stick with the bacon. Hi, Kimmy. I just saw you got on. Cheers. I was talking about you earlier. Are you published yet? I want your book if it's out. But anyways. Okay. So bacon, again, it's a treat. It's a splurge. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it every day. February, that's so exciting. That is awesome. Well, I can't wait. Definitely want a copy. And also, how do you like your butter? I want to hear your feedback. Anyways, okay. Breakfast meats. Moving right along. Nuts and nut butters. This is kind of a double whammy. We get fiber and protein plus the healthy fats. So, you know, I don't know, you could add nut butter to like a oatmeal or something. Ooh, I made this breakfast biscuit like cookie thing. It tastes okay. It's a little bit weird, but there are like so many recipes out there nowadays that you can try. This is that breakfast biscuit cookie is like flaxseed, which I love flax. You need, oh yeah, I'm so glad you like it. Yeah, let me know when you need more. Well, come on by, hook you up. Yeah, and if anyone would like to try this, let me know. Send me a message. We'll get you set up with some basically butter. I've gotten good feedback on it so far, so I think people like it, and I'm really glad because I love it. I think it's like so many good things. Anyways, okay. Flaxseed are awesome. That's what I use to make this little breakfast cookie, but you can find so many recipes. If you're a baker, if you're gonna like prepare ahead of time and bake for yourself, then yeah, that's an awesome way to make sure you're getting breakfast. I don't always do that. I was just doing some recipe testing last night, but nuts and nut butters are great. They are really high in fat. They do have a good amount of protein in them though, so that's going to help with satiety there. The fat will as well. And then I've been seeing a lot of people doing like quinoa breakfast bowls. That's fine. That's got protein in it. It is a little bit higher in carbs, so if you're watching your weight, might want to skip the oatmeal and skip the quinoa breakfast bowls. But for like a, you know, someone who's weight stable or like a guy who's trying to put on muscle mass, that would be a good option. Okay. Fiber options. So we went over the proteins. Let me know if you have any like protein suggestions. Oh, you can do these. These are like an all-in-one shake. I got this from Whole Foods, but this is supposed to be like everything, you know, like all your vitamins, minerals. Again, I'm not a huge fan of like these just because it's so processed and, you know, God only knows what is in this. But this one actually has 8 grams of fiber. It has only 5 net carbs. That's pretty good. 5 net carbs, 20 grams of protein. So that's not bad. You know, and if this means that you're eating breakfast, that's fine. That's good. Okay, so smoothies. If you do smoothies, I want recipes. I want to know what you're putting in your smoothies. I do a lot of smoothies, but not during the winter because I get too cold. So, and I don't do fruit smoothies anymore because I realize that I have a intolerance to a lot of fruit. It makes me kind of sick. So I do like all vegetable smoothies now, and that sounds so gross, but they're actually not that bad. I use zucchini as the base. Zucchini has absolutely no flavor on its own. If you've ever like taken a bite out of raw zucchini, it's like chewing on water. It doesn't taste like anything. So I put a little zucchini in there. I add spinach and kale, and then I add some collagen because that's what I use for my joints. Awesome protein. And I'll do flax seeds for my that's fiber and fat, and flax are so awesome for your fingernails. That like transformed my fingernails, flaxseed. Jess is here! I'm so excited, Jess. I was like, is Jess coming tonight? I want to see her. I'm so happy. Did you bring your wine, Jess? I hope you did. Or a beer, probably. Okay. So, Jess, I'm sure you drink a lot of smoothies. So, I know, you're fine. Okay, so Jessica, we're just talking about smoothies, and I'm sure like you're just all over it. You're just making so many smoothies. So, anyways, and actually, I was talking about my guides earlier. This is the guide that you get if you do like the basic package, you get a breakfast guide, and this has a smoothie recipe in it, and it is all vegetable based, and it really tastes pretty good. Like, it's amazing. You cannot taste spinach or zucchini. They really don't have any flavor on their own. It's just because we're used to like putting them with flavored stuff, and they taste like flavored stuff, like whatever we flavor them as. We're used to having them like savory. You can't taste them blended up. You really can't. So that's an awesome source of fiber for your morning, and then you can add protein to that. Okay, what's next? Omelets. The egg would be the protein, and then you just saute some veggies with it. Use your basically butter to saute it. It'll make it like a really pretty golden color. You get all the benefits of turmeric, collagen, adaptogens. It's all already in there. You don't even have to think about it. Just saute it all together, and that's your breakfast. And I put a little Cholula on top, and it's freaking amazing. Another one would be these crackers. I know it's going to be backwards, but GG Scandinavian brand crisp bread crackers. They look like a little cardboard, not so yummy. But they're like actually really awesome nutrition wise. They have 2 net carbs and 4 grams of protein. 1 cracker is only 20 calories. So that's a lot of fiber. Wait, how much? I meant to say 4 grams of fiber, not 4 grams of protein. They have 1 gram of protein. 4 grams of fiber, that's a lot of fiber for that little bitty cracker. And they're great for, like, I'll put eggs, and like this morning I did spinach and eggs on top, and I just, you know, eat it like toast. And you get your fiber that way. Like, you got so much fiber. I had 2 crackers, it's 8 grams of fiber. That's awesome. So that's a great way. These, you can, if you're in St. Louis, you might be able to find them at Whole Foods, but probably Amazon's your best bet, because they're either always sold out or the shelving got moved, because I can't ever find them. I know Whole Foods is supposed to be carrying them, but anyways. So that's a good option. Oatmeal, oats do have fiber in them. But the problem with oats is that they're very high in carbs, and we tend to add a lot of fruit, and then we add some honey, and that tastes great, but that's not like what we want for weight loss. So I would add, you know, if you're balancing your oats with protein, so if you're adding like Greek yogurt or cow's milk is going to have protein in it, but I know we're all like, you know, everyone's against that right now. So, but almond milk, all those alternative milks, they don't have protein. You need to balance out those carbs with protein. So adding some Greek yogurt is fine, or something else that has protein. Collagen, you could add some collagen to it. And then a little bit of extra fiber, so like some extra chia seeds. That would be a good fiber addition to your. I know, Jess, but like in the health and nutrition world, like people are freaking out about cow's milk. Everyone's like, it's so bad for you, and so it's a personal choice, and I leave that up to the individual. Yeah, I know. Team cow's milk. You bought like a gallon a week. You would just stand in the fridge and like. Oh, that was Kim that said that. Yeah, but I know. That'll be a whole other Facebook Live. We'll talk about dairy and whether we can eat it or not. Okay. So fruit, of course, that's a great, easy one to do in the morning for your fiber. Again, the issue with like fruit in the morning is that so many people over fruit. They think like, I can have 8 pieces of fruit for breakfast. It's 1 serving of fruit. That's your serving. That's how many, you know, that's a proper amount of carbs for us. We don't need like 4 pieces of fruit. Like with the smoothies nowadays, it's like a banana, a cup of blueberries, you know, a cup of mango, a cup of pineapple. It's like, whoa, that's a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs. We need to keep it to 1 serving, being like half a banana or half a cup of berries, half a cup of berries. The wine's lines going in my head. But keeping it to one serving of fruit is oh, you're drinking cow's milk now. I bet you are. Is there any Baileys in it, Jess? Okay. Cereal. I can't remember if I touched on that at the beginning of this Facebook Live. I feel like I've been doing this forever. I'm not a fan of cereal, and I don't ever recommend it. It's a whole lot of processed carbs and sugar, and it just goes straight into our bloodstream. It doesn't do anything for setting those hunger hormones that I talked about. It doesn't help with satiety for the rest of the day. It doesn't help with any of that. So cereal, you know, if you, Jessica, you can eat cereal because you're like, I don't care. And that's awesome if you don't care. But for those who are like trying to lose weight or like manage their weight and manage their hunger cravings for the rest of the day, do not go with cereal. Even like I don't know, maybe like some of the Kashis or something are okay and they have a whole lot of fiber, but even then it doesn't really taste that good. So skipping the cereal, if you are used to cereal, maybe trying like oatmeal instead, or I don't know, something else. Just not cereal. Okay, I lost my place. Oh yeah, nuts and nut butters, those are gonna have a great amount of fiber. I do like chia seeds in the morning a lot because these have 8 grams of fiber per 2 tablespoons. Ton of fiber. And the fat content is irrelevant, which that would be a whole other Facebook Live, why the fat content in chia seeds is irrelevant. It's very interesting, or I think it is. And then flax seeds, those are going to be awesome for fiber and healthy fats. So some quick breakfast ideas. First of all, if you're not used to eating breakfast, you need to, for anyone, you need to pick whatever's going to work for you. So you can't go from not eating breakfast and jump into this and be like, okay, I'm going to like make a huge breakfast every morning, because you're probably not going to stick with it. So you need to pick something that's going to fit with your lifestyle. What's going to work for you in the morning? Is it going to be like some hard-boiled eggs that you can just eat in the car? Is it going to be an apple with peanut butter? Is it going to be a full sit-down breakfast that you're going to like go ahead and make? Or, you know, so pick something, whatever's going to work for you. If you're not going to do it, then it's not going to work. Period. Cheers. Okay. Some quick, easy ideas, and these are in my guides if you ever want to talk about packages. Trail mix is awesome, and I always make my own trail mix, and I think this was in my snacking Facebook Live. I talked about like making your own trail mix. It's really easy, and it's actually quite a bit more cost effective than purchasing pre-made trail mix. Yogurt is fine. I mean, try the Siggi's. That's a really good option. It's super yummy and very high in protein. Hard-boiled eggs, those are always easy and like really affordable. You can make them yourself. You can buy them pre-hard-boiled nowadays. You can actually like just buy hard-boiled eggs at the store, which is kind of awesome. Or you can make them yourself, very cheap. And portable, of course. Like, don't do that on an airplane because everyone will be like, that stinks. So no hard-boiled eggs on an airplane. But other than that, that's a great on-the-go protein source. The breakfast like snack bars, not a fan. Like even like the Belvita, and just like all those snack bars, they're all like funky and loaded with sugar. They've got weird ingredients in them. So I would skip that. I'd rather, I don't know, you not eat breakfast, and that's saying a lot, than eat one of those like weird nutrition snack bar things for breakfast. If you can, just like you could throw some oats in a water bottle with like some milk and I don't know what I'm trying to say, to have a little in like protein powder, and that could be your breakfast. So, and that brings me to another point. If you do protein powder, throwing in a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds for your fiber is an awesome way to like up your, like boost your nutrient intake and get a whole lot of fiber along with that protein. So that's, I mean, that's an easy option. Protein shakes are pretty easy. I already brought this one up, but this is like a all-in-one shake. It's got protein and all those nutrients and stuff, and you could just throw some chia seeds in there with that, and that could be your easy breakfast. Okay, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for coming. Good to see you all. Leave me a comment under this video. Let me know if there's any other topics you want me to cover. I have a list that I'm chipping away at, but I need ideas. I want to know what you guys... I had a story about that I gotta tell you. Yeah, the egg omelet. So yeah, if you have ideas for or something that you want me to cover, or nutrition question, I can even just like post it on the page. I can post recipes, like let me know if you want a recipe about something. This weird breakfast cookie that I made, it's not so bad. I'll perfect the recipe though. It was alright. It's a decent like breakfast. If you bake, I hate baking, so that was like kind of a stretch for me. I'll probably never do it again. But yeah, thanks for joining me tonight, and cheers to you. Cheers to your health, and I hope that this was helpful. I just feel like I talked and rambled forever, but anyways, good to see you all. Thanks for your questions, and I will see you next Thursday. I'm doing this every Thursday, so next Thursday. Cheers, Daria. Thanks for coming. I hope you feel better, and I'll see you all in a week. Bye.